Hello and welcome to B-Rad Builds. Today on the video we are going to be making Boba Fett. Now the Boba Fett TV show came out a few months ago and it was okay, it was good. It was a solid Star Wars TV show, but as a Boba Fett TV show, not that great. I don't think they did a very good a representation of Boba Fett. So in honor of that I'm going to be making Boba Fett from the Mandalorian Season 2. Which I think that's probably the best on-screen depiction of Boba Fett that we've seen so far in Star Wars. Now, as always, you can pick up the STL for this video over on Artstation. And with that out of the way, on with the video. So, I previously made a Boba Fett, the first video I made. Link is in the corner for that. But yeah, so I start off with this one, and then I start taking away the pieces that I don't need. Get rid of the trousers, the wrists, and I bring in the armor back in. So you can see that he's got these really large trousers, like baggy trousers. So I've never made a trouser like this before, so I'm basically kind of making up as I go along. And you see he's got these like pleats in the trousers. So there's a function in Marvelous Designer that allows you to create pleats. I'm going to copy this panel to the other side, stitch it together. And then create the back, then get the panels aligned into place. Now, when I simulated this, the hands got really stuck in the way, so it took me a little while to jostle them and get the cloth to not sit around the hands. Now I'm going to make the little sock things that kind of go over his boots. One side, make them black, copy them to the other side. You can also see he's got this like cummerbund thing that sits around his waist. The belt sits on top. So make that. Then I make the belt itself. And then the belt's actually for there's a gun holster as well. So I'm going to attempt to do the gun holster all in Marvelous Designer. So this is the pouch that holds the gun. And make the little clasp that attaches it to the belt. Get that bit attached, and then we'll attach. So you've got these little straps that go around his legs, help tie it so it doesn't flap around when he's walking. Get that stitched together. The reason why I love Marvelous Designer is that it's so quick for these things to come together. You know, this is probably about 2 hours of work, and already it's kind of getting there. So I'm going to add that piece of cloth at the front. I'm not sure what that's called, but yeah, he's got one on the front, one at the back. Get that stitch done. Now time to add the rest of the armor in. Basically I have two states for the armor, out and in, and then I can blend between the two. So you can see there that I've simulated the cloth and the armor together around itself. Now I'm going to add the collar that he has around his neck. It's kind of like a scarf, large collar. Get that stitched in. Let me just make it larger. Jostle it around a little bit, make sure it sits nicely. I think that's about it. It's looking pretty good for the cloth. Now onto the head. So yeah, I actually wanted to try and do Temuera Morrison. You know, he's quite iconic in the role. So I found a model of a young Temuera Morrison online that was okay. I think it had a bit of likeness there. I've mentioned before, but I'm not very good at likeness. It takes me a long time to get that. So having a little base kind of really helps. So now I'm basically going through and trying to age him up, as the model I started with was a younger version of the character. So I need to sort of age him and weather him up. You know, obviously he's been in the Sarlacc pit for God knows how long. So I'm going to go through and add a bunch of aging and detail to the face. So really sort of like try and get those sort of more wrinkled lines. Sort of looking alright. I think it kind of looks a little bit like him, but not a lot. Now I went through and I added a skin texture, which kind of giving all these nice realistic wrinkles. But the face is looking too small on the head, so I think I'm gonna have to go through and adjust. Yeah, pull the face around a little bit. And some more of these like wrinkles around the eyes. Right now, yeah, I'm going to widen the eyes a little bit, sort of readjust the face. That's how it sits on the head. It was like too small. Already widening the eyes, I feel like it's looking loads better. Pull that chin down a little bit. Now, yeah, it's looking a little bit like him. He looks like a look-alike rather than the actual actor itself, but I'm happy with that. A few more adjustments on the face. Kind of trying to keep the asymmetry in the model. So now I'm going to go through and add the battle scars. He's been in the Sarlacc pit for a long time, so he's got a lot of acid burn on his face. And so yeah, matching it with the detail from the show, trying to get those sort of striations on there. I've got a few brush packs that help me with the scars. Go through and add a little bit of color detail. This is more for how I'm going to do it in the painted version when I print the model off. To understand how I'm going to sort of like detail the face. Now onto the vest. I often go a little bit too crazy with detail on my ZBrush phase in the sculpting part. So this time I really want to do something quick and just give it a little bit of detail, because all this stuff is going to be fairly small on the model. So, quick and dirty. This stitch brush is great, super quick, lays some detail down. Most of the armor is going to be sitting over top of this. You're not really going to see a lot of it anyway. Now onto the gloves. Same thing. These are going to be even smaller on the model than the vest. So I do want to add some detail because some of this comes through in the print, but definitely not worth spending too much time, as yeah, they're going to be really small. Going to go through and add some more wrinkles on the outside. So now onto the pose. I'm basically going to base my pose off the Mythos statue by Sideshow. As this really cool pose of him on a rock. So yeah, I basically copied that pose. I'm going to add some wind to give some nice motion to those cloth bits. And I'm going to, for the base, I'm going to keep it simple. Got a rock, scanned rock, some 3D writing, and then a cylinder. And let's take a look at it all together. With the head, the body, this is going to be two versions, one with the head, one without. With the helmet and without the helmet. Let's check out the model all rendered together. And there we go, another model made. Now I really enjoyed making this one, it was a lot of fun. Now if you'd like to pick up the STL file for yourself to go over and 3D print, head over to Artstation, pick it up there. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay tuned for any upcoming videos. This has been B-Rad Builds, see you in the next video.